Hero team, welcome back to Transport Fever 2 on our new map. And hey, we don't have a name for this place yet. What are we going to call this place? What are we going to call this place? That is a challenge to you people. As always, pirate themed would be great. Sticks with the channel. And we are in the east somewhere, although it seems to be a little bit of a mix. So we've got Kuala Lumpur, we've got Jakarta, we've got Dubai, which is in the Middle East, and then we've got things like Yekaterinburg and so on. So anyway, and Faisalabad's over there. So yeah, I'll let you figure that out. So it's 1887, and another what now? 12 years has passed. I have double lined a couple of things. So I have double lined a couple of things where I know we're going to be making a lot of money. So we've got now a train going down here. All of the trains that are worth it have now got 10 units on it. So this is a 10 unit oil train, which is making me a fair bit of money. Oil never runs out. Logs never runs out. The ore never runs out, which is up here. We've got ore trucks that are just shipping tons and tons of ore here, but the stone to bricks does. So the stone to bricks doesn't need that big a train. This little train that's here is carrying 35, and that's probably about as much as he can carry for now. That will change once we connect the supply up to Dubai, but we haven't done anything like that yet. So mostly that's it. I haven't really been doing anything a lot much. I've just been keeping an eye on things. I have been keeping up with the maintenance. So if we have a look at the condition of the vehicles, you will see that mediocre is the worst that I have. If we go back up to the top, so I've been keeping track of that. I have been going around and checking the amount of vehicles that are servicing the lines. Some of them are quite busy, so you got quite a lot of people waiting here and waiting over here. I think this is this Krasnoyarsk, the Daegu bus stop. This is Quezon City down there. So where there have been things like that going on, and there's like 60 odd people waiting, I've been going through and adding in some additional carts, well, wagons really, and things like that, to keep things moving along. In terms of the easy wins, I'm pretty much, I think, done with those. So we're going to be moving on to something perhaps a little bit more complicated. So we have, by way of recap, we have the coal mine and we have the iron ore mine, and they're supplying the steel mill. I've connected up this forest to this sawmill, so we've now got 2 log supplies going to 1 sawmill, which is fine. As you can see, there's a machines factory here which is going to want timber and steel, so that's a little something that we need to get moving along. Sadly, the closest place that wants that is Bangkok, but we also have over here, we have Jakarta, and over here we have Nagoya, which also want that, which is fine. Finally fine. There's no other easy wins up there. Like I said, we did stone to make bricks. Dubai will take bricks. Yekaterinburg will take bricks. There's a brick manufacturer up there, but there's no stone, so it's going to be a problem. And I think Quezon City wants bricks, which is down there. So bricks could be... Well, we'll see how bricks come along, shall we? Over here, I put in trucks. I put in wagons. Just because this place is so close. This place is so close. And we're not using it for anything at the minute. So I have all these bunch of little oil supply trucks that are chugging away here and chugging away. And if we look at they've only just been working. So as you can see here, the income is much more than the running costs. So that's fine. They can just keep doing that. Maybe one time I'll need to run a train through there or something. I don't know. I mean, we've got another oil over here. But there you go. So that's that. We've obviously got our short distance oil here, which is one I set up with a train. So we have this running, which is making a lot more money than the trucks, because they're obviously shifting an awful lot more stuff, which is just fine. We have the Krasnoyarsk food, which is okay. I mean, in terms of wheat, he's on his way back. He's shipping a lot of wheat. But out of here, there's not a huge amount of demand. So where's my little train? Is he up here? My little train up here. He's got room for 28, and he's never really full. And I think it's just because this place is, well, I don't know. It wants 73, but it's not. It's not taking 73. So in order to change that, I'd have to connect the food up to somewhere else, and the nearest somewhere else is miles away. Faisalabad, probably, which would require like boats or inordinate amounts of bridges and various other bits and pieces. So that's certainly something to have a look at maybe at some point in the future. Quezon City Oil we've had a look at, and I put in these boats. We have this wood supply over here, and we have this timber over here, and you can put the port so close that it's connected. There's no detailing done yet. I don't really have enough money. Everything's a bit janky, which is fine. We can go back and sort that out later. There's time to do that. There's time to do that. We need the money. But these things are doing pretty well. 119,000, and he's on that way, and he's coming back 330. So these are the same little boats that we started out with on Alessandria. They're the small cargo vessels. Now, I believe I can get big cargo vessels through here, but I will need to upgrade the dock to do that. So that is something we can do. I wasn't sure if this would make money, and it is going to make me money. So that is fine. So that's a little something to have a look at down there. But what's the first thing we're here to do? So what is the first thing we are here to do? Well, what I have been doing is I have been looking at the lines. If we go through and have a look at the balance of the lines. So starting off here, this is like down at the bottom, Quezon bus. There's like one thing there. It's barely ever used, and it makes me a bit of money, but it's not it. Kuala Lumpur to Dubai is showing at a loss because I just put a whole load of new wagons on there, but the line itself makes money. Nothing here doesn't make me money. Everything is making me money. But if we go right up to the top here, you'll see we've got the oil, we've got coal, we've got the log supply, which is, as I said, doing pretty good. And we got a number of our bigger supply things and everything else. But of the transport routes for people that are doing particularly well, Quezon to Krasno seems to be there, and Krasno to Daegu seems to be there quite a lot. So that signals to me that people want to move from Quezon, which is a population of 110, to Krasno, which is a population of 229. And I think Daegu, 218. So I don't know about between Krasno and Daegu. But this is a longer map than the last one. And we did try commuters on the last one, and it didn't really work out. But I'm thinking we could try a commuter train system on this map, which might be a little bit better, and there might be room to like run this commuter system essentially right up straight through the middle to Yekaterinburg, and we might even have offshoots to various places aside from anything to do with the industry. So that's what we're going to have a look at right now. Now, I suppose the question is, where do we want to put this? And the issue with these things is that these buildings have footprints in terms of emissions. So when you put this down here, that's fine, but you do have to realize that it's going to have an impact on emissions. Now, the good news is this is industry on this side, so we want it going this way. This side is residential. Residential people don't like emissions. Residences might grow up around it, but I'm not 100% sure. We probably do not need. We probably don't need 2 tracks at the minute, but we probably don't need it to be more than about 80 meters long to start with. So we're going to start there. And we have these guys over here at Krasnoyarsk. And as I said, we've got residences over there. But on this one it's a little different because we want to be able to pass through. Now, we've already got a train line kind of inconveniently in the way, which is a touch of a nuisance because we don't really want to impact too many of the people with the stuff. So rather than put in an actual new station, what we can actually do here is we can go in and put a passenger platform on this. There's only one train coming in at the minute. So what we can do is we can go into the platforms. You see here, you've got a passenger platform and then a bunch of cargo platforms. So what we're going to do is we're going to wonk in. Oh no, we can't because this is an end one. This is an end one. We're going to have to swap this out for a modular one. So what we'll do is we'll delete that. He'll go back a ways, which is not bad. We might need to make this one a little bit longer. It'll definitely need at least 2 tracks, which is perfectly fine. So we'll put him, well, right there will be fine. We don't need to worry about this road. Get rid of that road. Get rid of that road. This train, let's move him back a bit more, and we'll wonk into the track. These tracks are decorative tracks. If you try and build with these tracks, which is one of the mods that I have in place, that's fine, but the speed limit's 4. You see there the speed limit saying 4? So you just be aware if you're going to use decorative tracks that there may be limitations to your decorative track. Right? So so that's our train there, which is fine. So let's see. Is he gonna figure that out, or is he just thoroughly confused? He's just thoroughly confused. Okay, Krasnoyarsk food. Right, we're gonna have to delete that station, and we're gonna have to add a station in, and we're gonna say, there you go. Look, there's another station. You go bananas, and he's gonna go now and say, oh yeah, look, I can go there. Did you know I could go there? And you're gonna go, yeah, we knew you could go there. It's okay. However, what we want to do is we want to change this. So we want to change this. I realize now, yeah, no, because we're going to be coming up the other side. So the train is going to be coming up this side from Quezon. So I don't want to loop the track over. So what we'll do is we'll put the passengers on this side. There's actually a... there is a... Where is it? This one. So you can actually... Does it just go in over the top? It does. So it comes up, so it's got this little subway to it, which is great. So there's a little subway that takes you down. Probably need, in terms of the actual configuration, we would look to... that's cargo building. Let's look at a passenger building. So we can put down a passenger building as well next to the cargo building, which is fine. That gives passengers access. We've got tracks, we've got ground platforms, we've got various other bits and pieces. Something at the side there that is missing. And that's it for now. This is like a platform roof for the passengers. Let's give the passengers a nice bit of a roof to busy themselves with. We're now getting a warning for some reason. Train 3 has no path. Doesn't it? Who is Train 3? You are coming in. I don't know why you wouldn't have a path. There's definitely a cargo platform there, I'm sure. Is this not your cargo platform, my friend? Where is my platforms? That is a cargo platform. I can see it right there. So why are you confused about where you are going? That is fine. You should not have a problem with path. Right. I don't know. I flipped him around. Sometimes they get a little bit weird. Is he bringing stuff in? No, he's heading out. So I don't know. Sometimes when when you move things around, the pathfinding gets a little bit honky, and they don't quite know what to do. So anyway, so we've changed this up a bit. So we have the passenger stuff here. Look at the state of that. It's things to do later. We have the cargo over there. So the cargo is on this side, passengers on the other side, because the passenger train is going to be coming up this way. And then that will enable us to take further things on to Daegu. But we're not going to do that just yet. What we're going to do is we're going to connect up the existing train track, so we can kind of see he's over here. He's over on this side, so we can kind of see him from here. So we're hopefully going to just follow mostly the lower lying land, which is down here, and I'm not in a hurry to use this particular industry, so that's okay. And we'll be coming through here, and we'll be passing through here, and again, not in a particular rush. There's some interestingly large, embankments there, but we're going to come up here, and then we're going to effectively just run straight in. Right? And we don't need to cross over these two train tracks with points because they're completely different purposes. This is a passenger line, this is a cargo line. They're not actually going to be used for the same thing. They're just here for passengers. So let's have a look and get this done. So this is a cargo station. So I realize everyone's going, but you just built a cargo station. Okay, yeah, I see that now. You know what? We can soon change that. Trust me, we can soon change that. We'll put the passenger building there, and we will get rid of the cargo platforms and replace those with passenger platforms. And there you have it. Now we have a passenger station. So what we will do is we will start up a new line, and this will be the Quezon to Krasno commuter, I guess. Is that what we're going to call it? Quezon to Krasno commuter. Right, so there we go. Quezon to Krasno commuter. So what we will need to do is we will need to chuck a train on this now. It'll probably take a while for people to pick this up, and we've probably got space over here for a building. So what we'll do is we'll put the building here, which will be this thing. Bonk. And what we will say is that we want... Now, people will probably want to move fast. So the fastest one we've got here is 64, but it's $1 million. That's probably fine. That's 300,000. So we'll start with the Russian PV and the Nicolas, which has a capacity of 13. That's 1.3 million. So what we will do is we will bonk that on there, and we will put it on the Quezon to Krasno commuter, and we will let it run and see. Because the other thing, obviously, with the commuters is we need to get people to the train station. So maybe this is close enough to service that. Maybe this is close enough to service that. If not, what we will need to do is we'll need to add a bus stop and take one of our wagons out there. They walked in. Where are they coming from? They came from somewhere. Just trying to see if there's people walking up. I don't see that person's walking, so they might walk quite a distance to get to the train station. Assuming this person is coming to the train station. Are they? They are. They're crossing the road, and they're coming this way. So there's a little bit of feed coming. So there's someone else. So there's people coming from the residential area, so it might take a little while to feed in for that one. And over here, the residential area is much further away. So they may end up relying more heavily on the buses to get over here. Here's somebody. I bet you they're heading oh no, they're not. Never mind. Pardon me. There's someone. Someone has gone in. Right, so people are starting to patronize my service, and we will keep an eye on that, because the obvious intention is that we will be drawing people away from, not you, from the Quezon Krasnoyarsk bus line. We're going to try and make money. I couldn't make money in the last one with the commuter service. I'm going to keep a close eye on it. It's just one train. It's going to be shuttling back and forward. It's our best, well, it's our fastest train anyway. So we shall see how that goes. Now then, this. We also want to get this in place. I'm kind of, let's put it on pause for now. I'm kind of a little bit, this is really close to the edge. I mean, we can still probably squeeze a train line in. And we need to squeeze a train line in here somewhere. Probably right on the coast. So in order to do that, what we are going to do is we are going to draw in a road. And you can just about see the edge of the asset here on that line. So if we draw this line out here, that creates us that link. That's the train station that's already there. That's the train station that's already there. So there's going to be a little bit of jiggery pokery here to get this loaded in. I think I'm going to want this to be 2 platforms, but we might start a little bit longer on this one because these trains might need to be a little bit longer. Now we'll start off on the 120s and we'll see how we go. So I'll leave this in on time lapse, but I've got a little bit of stuff to do, and then I'll be coming right back. I'll see you soon. Right, so there you are. A little bit of faff on my part, but we still got it lined up. So we have these people who will be taking finished timber to the machine factory. You can see that the timber is starting to line up, and we have steel here and the steel train. I've set those up with just a small amount to get started till we see how they pick up and what it looks like. I've tried to keep them separate for now, so that they don't bump into each other. So this timber one is completely separate from the steel line. I can't really do anything with the steel line. I double tracked this line here so that it's not getting in the way of the ore, and then it's just passing straight on through. When you're doing these single lines, if there's a train station, you have to put a signal in somewhere. Pardon me, so that the trains don't wait too long. So this is well, it's picked up some steel and it'll pick up some timber, and then we will need to look at where the best place to be selling that stuff is. My initial thoughts are Bangkok, but we'd have to. I don't really want to doze through this. I don't want to have to bulldoze my way through this farm. We'd have to. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to be pulling a spur off and coming along here, and it's the wrong side. Industry's on this side. So maybe Bangkok's not, maybe it's Daegu. It might be easier to reroute a delivery line somewhere else. I don't know. Something to think about. But while we are thinking about that, one of the things we do need to think about is we need to think about replacing some of our wagons. So I periodically go through and make sure that those are being replaced, which is fine. And we need to let the commuter run for a bit. It looks busy. Well, it looks busy at the minute. It looks busy for now. We're picking people up, but it's certainly still more expensive than it's making money. So we need to run the commuter line for a little bit. We need to get the supply pushed through a little bit on here. And I need to make this into a larger dock. How much is a larger dock going to cost me exactly? Say ye. You're not letting me build a larger dock. I need to build a large dock here. So we can put it that way, or you can put it side on. Side on might make $500,000 there, and you need two of them. So that's going to be $1 million just for that. And then if we have a look at what the thing tells us about the cost of replacing boats, we really want the Donara Castle, and that's 706,000 each. So that's 1,786,000. We're at 1.9 at the minute. So I might wait for us to. It's not urgent. I might wait for us to make a little bit more money, and we'll keep an eye on the commuter, and we'll keep an eye on this manufacturing, and we'll see how we go with that. So that's at least we're getting towards a complete manufacturing chain. What else have we got? We've got the bricks to Dubai that we could get sorted. We could, to a certain extent, pull in on this existing line here, or at least this existing station, and at least this is on the right side. So let's have a look at the industries over here. Yeah, so the bricks are over here. They're a bit spread out, but we could squeak a station in on this side, and then we'd be running a line in to here to run some bricks, because that's probably what we need to do, is run some bricks out of here, loop it around. Not really. I'd have to loop it around this way. It's going to be a heck of a tight turn to then run it through this station, run it past down the roads, and we might even have to delete that per industry and put it right here. Actually, that might be a thing to do. That might be something that I have to do. So let me run this for a bit. Let me have a look. Let me have a little bit of a thinky, and we'll get back to where we are when we are wherever we are. I'll see you soon. Right, Hero Team, welcome back. Right, so you saw me doing a little bit of faffage and a little bit of faffing around. So we now have this place is receiving both steel and timber. So this is now making machines. Or at least it's capable of making machines. And we have the ore industries providing enough for the steel people. So there's plenty of excess steel, and I'm not worried about that for now, and there's plenty of excess timber, and I'm not worried about that for now. A lot of these lines are still very simple lines, which is fine. We did this brick line, so we have started supplying this place with bricks, and we do have some bricks coming in, 19 out of 60 right now coming into Dubai. I did a little bit of sort of mucking around here. I didn't really want to cross the road there, and I decided that I would make kind of a little bit of a feature of this road, like a little bit of a cliff top road, which is, it's not uncommon, right? It's not an uncommon idea. So I kind of like the idea of having this like cliff top road. Anyway, I put that in, and I now have this my little brick train, and we've now got a supply of bricks, which is great. I thought about connecting this up to the bricks, but I might save that for now because we don't have enough brick demand just yet. So I'll let that run for a little bit. And we're running at normal speed here, so you can hear things ticking along, and we've got 1.9 million in the bank, and that's all good. And then you saw me with this. So just be careful with these docks when you're putting down the docks. For some reason, the large ships dock on the outside, not the inside. I would have thought they would have docked on the inside, but they don't. So you need to make sure that this is in quote-unquote navigable waters. I don't really fully understand what demarcates navigable waters versus non-navigable waters, other than if you're too close to the shore, you're shit out of luck. So we've got a couple of now large boats running there. The Daenerys. They're quite a noble, majestic-looking boat. I'm not sure. Oh, sorry. I'm not sure that I'd want to be outside necessarily all the time, but there you go. Anyway, as we know, these things carry quite a bit. They go slowly, but they carry quite a bit. It's a completely different dock to the small ships. So I've just left the small ships running for now. These haven't done enough for me to really estimate their value yet. So we've got expenses, but we haven't actually got any income. So I don't know, but I'm fairly certain that they'll make enough money, which is perfectly fine. So we'll leave those to run and do their thing, and they're making timber over here for some purpose, really just to make me money. So that's it. So we've started connecting people, places, and things. This commuter that I did from Quezon to Krasno, where are you? Down here. Is still not really making me money. It's not really making me money. I think the issue with the commuters is you can't make money out of one carriage. You need more than one carriage. But here we have 18 people. And one carriage carries 13, and here we have 8 people. So we're not really getting there yet. So if this doesn't, and I said, look, we would give it a try, but this is not making me money. So if this is not making me money, then it's just losing me money. And losing me money is not a great notion for me because it's costing too much money to run. And I'm not making enough money from it. So we may have to pull the plug on that commuter. We are making enough money, and there's things we need to do. So we need to do double up trains on the oil lines. That will make us more money. We need to double up and increase where we can on the log lines. That will make us money. We need to double up and increase on the ore lines because that will make us money. And then we need to start working on supplying a few more places with a few more things. So that's sort of my next task to get into, and I'll have a look at that and have a think about that offline, and I'll probably just add in trains. I'm not doing much; it's nothing exciting. I'll let the calendar tick a little by. I'll make a little bit of money. I'll probably not be doubling up on this one because it's so short. And I probably don't need to do anything with this one because it is making me money, and it will continue to make me money. And eventually at some point it will make me more money. But I need to have a think about what are we going to do? What product? Currently we've got bricks, food, and machines. And that's what we've got. And we've got some oil product, but there's nowhere to process oil. The only place processing on plastics is way up past Ekaterinburg, and down here in Faisalabad for fuel, which is it's going to be fun stuff. And we have one food factory down here as well. So we've got a food factory down there. So I need to have a look at, I think. Yeah, these long distance lines at this stage aren't really going to make me a vast amount of money. We might have to wait until we get some faster trains in. But I might be able to look at some kind of medium distance lines. For example, there's logs here, there's timber here, and there's tools here. And tools needs to go to Daegu. Which is fine. And tools, I thought Quezon, no. Tools Kuala Lumpur? Yeah, you see, got this here, timber. How would we get the timber there? Where's the nearest timber? The nearest timber's over here. That's really on the... Anyway, I've got some things to do, haven't I? I've got some things to do. So you let me go away and masticate, procrastinate, and keep myself busy, and we'll see where we get to, eh? I hope you're enjoying it. It's a new map. It's terribly exciting. Lots of problems to try and resolve. Do click that like. Do subscribe to the channel. Do check out the channel memberships, which are now open, and the various channel membership tiers to which you can avail yourself. Feel free to drop a line or a comment, ask any questions, seek any tips. Don't forget, we're still looking for a name for this place, and I will see you all again real soon. Ta-ta for now.